Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, my Madonna concert marathon is continuing. I'm up to MDMA. Now, I have a special affection for MDMA because I kind of considered MDMA, the album, to be her divorce album. And the concert was kind of like her divorce concert. But I mean, it's really only the first part, the first segment, first section, transgression. That is the angry part, and it's well staged. There's a lot of well staged violence, there's guns, there's Madonna looks hot, there's just a lot happening, and the religious themes, it's pretty perfect. The first 25 minutes is I think the best part of the concert, or at least the part I like the most. Now, one of the old complaints that keeps coming up is that she doesn't play enough old songs. Now, the set list for this was Virgin Mary, Girl Gone Wild, which had parts of Material Girl, Give It To Me, Revolver, Gang Bang, Papa Don't Preach, Hung Up, I Don't Give A, Best Friend, Heartbeat, that's an interlude though, Express Yourself, Give Me All Your Lovin', Turn Up the Radio, Open Your Heart, Masterpiece, Justify My Love, Vogue, I guess those both count, Candy Shop, Human Nature, Like a Virgin, Nobody Knows Me, I'm Addicted, I'm a Sinner, Like a Prayer. So that's 8. Even though some of them were just into the interludes, but that's 8 old songs. I don't know, the most old song she's done in a show was Reinvention, that was 10. Okay, so the show performed for 3.5 million people, 88 concerts, 29 countries and 31 cities. No, 61 cities. That's a lot. It made 305.2 million. It started on May 31st in Tel Aviv, which is where the last tour ended, and ended in Argentina December 22. So it wasn't as big as Sticky and Sweet, but it was pretty big. Like I said, I have a special affection for that first section, especially Gang Bang. I love the performance of that. And of course, Girl Gone Wild. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Madonna looked good. It's funny. I can spot people in the audience that I know. Some of the was it the Triangle Bitches, and the stage is quite spectacular because of the triangle shape. It does extend the whole stage out. The whole area just feels so much bigger, and there are times when they are utilizing all the space, and from the very front it looks pretty amazing. I especially loved the part in Express Yourself when they lowered the band, and it always drove me nuts that people were criticising her, saying that she was wearing a cheerleader outfit and she was too old to be a cheerleader. I'm like, she's in a marching band and she's playing like the band leader. That's the costume she's wearing. She does sort of take on a cheerleader role later on when they do a cheer, but even Kylie Minogue got that wrong when she was... they were criticising her on Joan Rivers' like Fashion Talk or whatever show that was. And I'm like, really, Kylie? Really? Not her best moment. The editing's a bit ADHD. It's like attention deficit. It's just so manic. There's some parts where you can't focus on a single shot. They're so quick, they're less than a second. And it kind of really hurts a couple of the songs, really. I think was it Hung Up? God, I can't remember. I just remember watching one of them. I'm just like, I cannot even focus on a single shot here. I have no sense of the staging, no sense of what's actually happening, and it's a bit too much. It slows down for different tracks. It does sort of cater to the actual song, but there are a few parts where it was just too much, and that was one of the criticisms that the DVD got and the concert got, that it actually was the editing was too much, and a few songs it definitely is. The Calican Trio, they were pretty amazing. Love Spent and Like a Virgin, it's in black and white with stills. It's a bit much. I feel like I'm missing a lot of the actual performance when we're just looking at stills. I felt the visuals were more inspired for this tour. Like I said, the colour palette, the way they sort of, it felt a bit more cinematic. And I'm pretty sure the gangbang scene is pretty much what she was planning for a video which they never made. There was talk of her working on a video with Tarantino. I wish that had happened. Something very Russ Meyer, I think, was what they were going to go for. Turn up the radio. Why do I have turn up the radio written down there and the costume change? I can't remember what it was. I think that's it. That's like, it's just everything. I mean, the Magic Bus section was kind of cool, where they had, because sort of the main part of the stage were a bunch of raising, like, stages, little mini stages, all with screens on them, and they had three sections up that they look like buses, and everyone's standing on top of them, singing and jumping across them. That was pretty amazing. Celebration, I liked how loose it got in a few sections. There was a little bit of give it to me, and it just seems like fun. There's some choreography in there, some, sequences where it's very, rehearsed, but other parts just look like they're just dancing and having fun, which really helps, I think. I think that's it. I listened to, it was released with a CD and DVD and Blu-ray as well, and the CD and DVD sets. So I listened to the live tracks so often, like every day this is what I listened to. But I didn't actually watch the concert a lot. I only watched it a couple of times. And it's funny because all these concerts are events, and I remember where I was when I watched them for the first time. And this is the first concert I watched here when I was living here. So because I've lived here for 14 years. So it was kind of funny to remember the first time I watched it, and realizing how little I have actually watched it over the years. But I mean, some of the separate videos were released of them, so the gangbang section, I've watched that a lot more than the rest of the concert. And I don't know, it's just good. What more can I say? Costumes work, the lighting works, the editing, like I said, didn't work in a few parts, but then others it did, but they do try a bit too much with this. There's so many times you're pulled out of the actual performance with the visuals or the image that they're putting up, like the stills in Like a Virgin and so forth, and a lot of the film features and all that, the video segments, that the elements are like put over the screen when you're looking at it, so you're looking through, stuff like that. It is a bit too much. It really takes away from the actual performance, and the performance and the concert, the staging, all that, it doesn't need to be enhanced with all the editing and all that. It actually stands on its own. And I almost feel like it's an insecurity of Madonna's that she's just so over editing her videos, because she does proclaim to be involved in the editing of all of them, or at least the last few. She's made quite a bit of attention be made to the fact that she's actually working on editing the films and that, and I do think it goes too far, and it does sort of pull away from just the performance, because you can just watch the performance like from the stage, just like in the audience, just from one perspective, and it's enough. It doesn't need, even though it does bring a theatrical element to some parts of it, which sort of enhances it, other parts it really takes away from it. But yeah, I'm running out of things to say. I'm just going to stop. I'm tired. I'm glad I'm finally going to get to Rebel Heart tomorrow, because that's the one I have the fondest memory for, because I actually saw it. Like this show, I mean, at this point, I had money put away. Like I had like my Madonna fund, which was in a bank account just with money just in case Madonna toured. And I just gave up at this point. I didn't even bother to like see, is she going to tour this time? Because I'd just given up on her touring pretty much. I mean, I still kept the money, and I hoped, and there was some little rumours that she was going to tour with this tour, but again, she didn't. And there was a bit of resentment, I think, from a lot of fans that she just passed us by so many times, and it really felt like she just did not care. And I just didn't think she was going to tour. I didn't think I'd see her ever, and I just sort of thought, well, at least she will live in this imaginary sort of perfect place where I can only imagine what it would have been like to see her live. It can never disappoint, whereas sometimes you go to see someone live and, the actual stage performance doesn't meet up to the video sort of that you're used to seeing. So I sort of thought, well, at least I won't have to deal with that. I won't have to ever deal with the reality of watching a Madonna. I can just live with, the perfect sort of constructed earlier videos and that and stuff like that. So I I don't know, it was weird because I wanted to see her, but I just couldn't hope anymore that it would actually happen. And I'm at 10 minutes, I need to stop talking. I'm trying to keep this videos to 10 minutes because I just really just want to share my experience with either the concerts or the videos, or just my idea of them. So these are supposed to be reviews, but I'm going to do a proper like little history of each concert and review one day, because it is interesting how they came together, all the things that happened in the background, all the politics and drama, and there's a lot of controversy around this because some of the video that she did, and it's all kind of fascinating, and I'm going to get to it eventually. But for now, this is just my reaction, my experience of the concerts. And yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.